Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is season 1, episode 6, and it was titled Sundance City. Alright, really quickly, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you are watching this review, and then hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And secondly, if you are following me from here to my Instagram page is currently temporarily disabled until I just see fit to open it back up. So don't think I blocked anybody, because I know a couple people, especially on this show, well, for this show, I should say, were DMing me about the show and whatnot. So I just didn't want you to think that like I blocked you or anything like that. I have not blocked anybody. I just simply temporarily disabled my Instagram page. So you would not be able to have access to my page or anything like that. And then I deleted the app. So I just wanted to just put that out there, because I don't want anybody to think that I blocked them or anything. Like, oh, I was just sharing stuff. No, because I didn't block anybody. I just simply temporarily disabled my account. Okay. So with that said, let's jump into this episode. It wasn't really a lot going on. It's just a lot of partying. Everybody getting ready for Sundance. Like, is Sundance a week long? I think it is a week long. So everybody just getting ready for Sundance, and they were saying like it's a lot of partying and stuff like that. So basically that's what this episode was about. Some partying and having good fun. We open up with like a little montage. So we at Lisa's house. She steady talking to her husband. Her husband over there asleep, and she waking him up, and he like, huh, yeah, then we see Heather. She taking the kids to school. They running late, and then we saw Meredith with her son and some fashion coordinators, I should say. And Brooks will be debuting his he has tracksuits or sweatsuits or something that he'll be debuting at a fashion show week or whatever at Sunday in the Sundance party. So, well, not a party, at a fashion show. Lord, I can't get my words out. At a fashion show. And then he'll also be walking in the fashion show. And Meredith will be walking in the fashion show too. So the lady is just kind of talking to them about that. And seeing, what they will be doing and how they'll walk and all the other good stuff. Then we see Jen. She on roller skates in her office. What does she do again? Because I can't remember. I really can't remember. I'm not trying to throw no shade or nothing like that, but I honestly cannot remember what she does, because it looks like she got a big office and it's cute and everything. It screams Jen. But what does she do? She skating down the hallway, running into walls, trying to get to her assistant's office. Oops. And all they were kind of talking about were partying. She's throwing a premiere party for her cousin, because her cousin is doing a documentary on some rapping group or something like that. It was called, don't get me the line, I wrote it somewhere, something fraternity, something, child. I don't remember what it was called, but they're doing a documentary. So her cousin asked her to throw like a party at her house for like 300 guests, and I was like, damn, her house is big, so especially for 300 people, for them to be in there comfortably, like, wow. And then they'll show like the Sundance film and stuff like that at the party and whatnot. So she's just kind of setting up for that, and they're just talking about that. Then we see Lisa, because she is an event coordinator or event planner. She has, what she do? She do events. It seemed like episode 1 was so long ago, where they was saying what the people did. I just honestly, so much has transpired between then. I honestly don't remember. But I know she does events, and I know she does alcohol, tequila, and something else, vodka. And so she's basically going to these different venues to kind of say, okay, take this down, put this up, let's set these chairs here, get this together, yada, yada, yada. So that's what she's doing. She was saying like she's a one child out of 6, and she figured out that she wanted more. She had to work harder, and she likes the Mormon church because they're always about perfection and being your best self. So that's why she likes that. Her husband, they work together, but he was saying like, it was funny because he was saying like, she my boss every day that ends with Y. So she's my boss every day, and I kind of like it, but not really. So they was like, did she prep you for this interview? And he was like, I cannot either deny or confirm that. I was like, yeah, she prepped him for that dang on interview because he was like, we work very well together. She's a great boss. No conflict. I was like, you got the cue card. Did you write that on your hand? Because he was prepped. Okay. We at Whitney's house, and Whitney is telling about the Sundance parties and stuff like that. And she said she invited Jen over because she was talking to her husband. She said that she invited Jen over so they could have like a hot tub and hot tub alcohol party or whatever. And she was telling us about her husband. He's turning 52 because at this time Jen came over or whatever. So she was saying like her husband's turning 52. They're gonna have a big party bus. She likes to celebrate her husband because he sacrificed a lot, getting kicked out the church, being with his children. His children didn't, care for him too much because he was married at the time. Remember, he was married at the time, and she was basically the mistress, even though she was married at the time, and so he was the Mister. Is there Mr. Whatever? They was both cheating. So his kids didn't care for him too heavy. His family didn't care for him too heavy because they kicked, he got kicked out the Mormon church. So she was saying like he sacrificed a lot. And I was thinking, well, girl, you sacrificed the same things. Well, she ain't have any children. Did she? No, she don't have any children. But she sacrificed the same thing. She got kicked out the church. Her family kicked her out, except for Heather. I think Heather always had her back. But the other people, child, so you sacrifice just as much. But she said she liked to celebrate her man. So I was like, okay. So Jen comes over. She changed her clothes, and she in this little, what she called a modest swimsuit. The swimsuit was cute on her. And I was like, is that a nipple or her areola? And sometimes I was like, is that her nipples hanging out? Did we see her nipples? But it looked like it was her areola. She must have got a big areola. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I was concerned because I was like, I hope she ain't flashing us. But it didn't look like it. But it was a cute bathing suit. And they was just sitting in a hot tub talking about the party and stuff. And Jen was asking who gonna be on the party bus. And she was like, you, Heather, and some other people. So it was a lot of people on this party bus. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. And then Mary's name came up, and then Jen was like, well, she the AARP of this, and she boring. And Whitney was just like, look, I'm not choosing sides. Whitney was like, she don't act the way she act with me the same way she act with you. Like, I don't know what's going on. And Jen was like, well, yeah, when Mary called me a hoodlum and ghetto, that was the last straw. I'm pretty much done with her. I'm just over her or whatever. So I was just like, okay, girl. And then she was like, yeah, because I don't even really care. It's whoever she's married to, her grandfather, her uncle, her cousin. I said, what? See you being messy even more. Just shut up, Jen. Just shut up. We see Meredith. She calling Whitney. And she wants Whitney to walk in the fashion show. So basically, that's what that was about. She wanted her to walk in the fashion show. We saw Meredith called Lisa. Lisa too busy to hold a conversation, child. And then we had Mary's place. So Mary is in, I thought it was her closet, but it looked like it was her room. I was like, that is a mess. Like, it was just cluttered. It was shoes all over the place, purses all. I mean, it was like organized, but it was just look cluttered. And I was like, she don't have no closet. Like, what in the world? Or maybe she got a bed in her closet. I don't know, child. But anyway, she was talking to the housekeeper, and she said that the housekeeper is her grandmother's brother's daughter. And she came over to drop something off with Robert and never left. I said, what? What? And then she said she don't know the girl. She don't know nothing about her. She don't have no real relationship with the lady or nothing like that. But she's nice or whatever. I said, what? That don't even make no sense. Like, why? She was homeless or something. Like, why is she still there at the house? You don't know her. You don't. Whatever. Then we see Heather. She called Mary just to see how she was and see if she coming to Whitney's party. See how she going, interact with Jen, because we know Jen gonna be there. And Mary was pretty much like, look, I'm not seeing it for her, but I'm not going to turn up at this party. I'm just going to try to get along with this woman because, like, we on the same set, so we got to get along to play along or whatever. She was like, I don't want no drama. I'm just going to be cordial, like, hey, how you doing? And keep it moving type thing. We see Whitney. She at the house, so it's the husband birthday party, and she at the house. She doing belly shots for the birthday. They turn it up. Like I like Whitney and I like Heather. They just have a good ass time. She get her husband doing belly shots off her. They having a good ass time on that party bus. Like out, it was crotching somebody. It was a lie. It was a pole. Like they was turning up. Now that's a party bus. That's how it should be done. And they was dancing on the party bus, going up the canyon or the mountain, whatever, to this lady named Catherine's house. And I think Heather or somebody said that Catherine is really the queen of Sundance, not Lisa or whatever. I think it was Whitney maybe. But she got this big beautiful house, and that's what they do. They start at Whitney's house, they get on the party bus, have some good times, and then they go up to Catherine's house, where they're always welcome to just turn up. And Catherine knows everybody, and she the big wig of the Utah or whatever. So they having a good ass time. They taking shots of tequila. They turn it up. It's a good time. Mary coming there and child looking like she dressed from the 80s. I was just like, Lord. Everybody there except for Lisa, because Lisa, she busy. And Whitney, was it all right? I don't know what I said. But Whitney and somebody, I think they was all talking and stuff. Mary standing on the side. She looked so lonely and out of place, child. She was trying to dance. She was like, I was like, girl, just no. just no. She just looked, whatever. Jen, she goes, Mary went over there to talk to Jen or whatever. And she was telling her, like, look, you look cute and stuff like that. And Jen was like, well, look, I don't really want to talk about this right now. And everybody was looking like, oh, Lord, Jesus be offense. Please don't let them turn up at this party. But they had like a real quick, cordial conversation. Jen had ended up telling Mary that what you said kind of hurt my feelings. And I didn't really, because I care about you and stuff. And I was trying to tell you how I am, where I come from and stuff. And you just kept cutting me off. Mary apologized for, cutting her off and stuff like that. And she was like, but you had hurt me and stuff. She was like, because I heard you say that, I was a grandfather and Meffer. Here you go, Jen. I ain't say that. Who said that? I said that. What? When I say that? I said, girl, everybody heard you. It's on camera. We all heard you say this, okay? We all heard you. You said it. And so then she was like, I was drunk. I don't remember saying that. But maybe I said it, I don't remember talking to Mary. Maybe I would have said it out loud, then maybe yeah. But I think she was taking what Mary said to mean that she said it to Mary's face, but Mary didn't really clarify, like, no, you ain't say it to my face, but I heard you was throwing it at me. Well, she did say you was throwing it at me, but I guess Jen equated that to you said it to my face, but whatever. But Mary in her confessional was basically like, she done with her, she moving on, she don't want nothing to do with her. And I was like, well, you tried. We see Meredith at Meredith's business, and she's talking to like the fashion coordinator again, and they was talking about, because she sells Brooks sweatsuits in her shop too, and he's just pulling looks to be in the fashion show and stuff, and he has to walk, and he was upset that his dad couldn't be there. And then Meredith, I think that's when Meredith got all teary-eyed and stuff, because she said that she feels like she failed her kids because she didn't protect them. And it's a strain right now with, they're going through the separation and maybe a divorce later on, who knows, or maybe they can bring it back together. But at any rate, she just feels bad for the whole situation and stuff. So she was feeling like that, and he said that his dad can't be there or whatever. But she was like, well, us two gonna be here, so that's enough support. He was like, yeah, I guess, it is what it is. And then we saw Lisa, she had some big event, I don't know. The premise of that was the kids called her with the babysitter on FaceTime. She basically declined their call. So, because she said during Sundance, mama is MIA. It is all business, and they can fend for themselves. I was like, well, damn. But I understood what she was saying, but damn, girl. Next we see Heather and Whitney. They meet up. They had like this little spot where you could play games, eat like little fries and like little finger food type things. And they having Mexican mules. I don't know what that is, but it sounded like it was a nice little drink. And Heather tells us that it's weird to get liquor there because I guess the governor or whoever, he's a Mormon, because it's a Mormon town. So they regulate how much liquor the bartenders can put in the drinks. And basically, she said it tastes like water. Basically, they put like a little shot or something, probably not even like a regulated shot of alcohol into the drink, and then they put maybe like half or a third of that into the drink, and then just fill it up with like the rest of the water, not water, but like the soda, whatever, how else the juices is the rest of the drink. I said, what kind of that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. But then they started talking about the birthday party. They started talking about because Heather was like, you really love him. You really love. She was like, yeah, I love my man. I love being married to him. And you could tell that Whitney loves that man. You could tell. They is a cute little couple, and they've been married for 10 years. They is cute. But Heather was like, you are happy being married. Like, I feel like I wasted 15 years of my life. Like, she said she chose faith, she chose the lifestyle, she chose all these other things other than love for her marriage. And she said that she feels like she wasted basically her 15 years, but the only good thing that came out of that was her 3 children. So you can't say like you wasted it, but because then you wouldn't she was saying like you can't say that you wouldn't have did it because then you wouldn't have your children. And that's the best thing. I understood where she was coming from, but that's the best thing she got out of that marriage, basically, because she didn't get love. And she said that she's been trying to date, but she just feels like the men don't want her. And she said it's hard to date in Utah or in their area because she's single, she's divorced, she has 3 children, and she's just like in this area, it's just like, oh no, you too much, like you got too much going on and stuff like that. And I was just like, wow. She was saying like it's better to date out of city, out of state and stuff, but she can't really get that or whatever. So she said after she got divorced, she was a virgin. Well, not divorced. When she got married, she was a virgin, and her husband was the only one she was with for 15 years. And then after that, she said she was hoeing. She said she was on her whole stroll. She said she was out there taking everything, black, white, Mexican, Chinese. She was getting it all. She said she was the Baskin Robbins. Okay, I want that flavor, put a little scoop of that there, then just make it a sundae. Okay, like she was out there doing it. Okay, and I don't blame her. Like, shit, like go out there and live your life, child. So she was having a ball. Okay, she was out there living loose and free. And she was just saying like she went on 4 Bumble dates, and they basically told her that she was a lot. And I was just so sad when she said that she just wants to have fun, she wants somebody to see her, and she just wants somebody to love her. And she was saying like she doesn't feel like people like her or whatever. And I was like, oh girl, don't feel like that. She was like, I'm serious, people just don't like me. And Whitney was like, girl, I think it's just excuses. She was like, no, it's not excuses, like they just don't like me. So I was just like, oh Heather, oh, because I like Heather. What else, child? And she was saying like she don't want to be Mormon, but we already kind of knew that. And the people that she trying to date probably Mormon, and it ain't gonna work for her. So we see Jen. She's setting up this premiere party. People walking in the backyard. She was like, "Who is some people walking in my?" But it was the hot tub maintenance people. And she getting ready. Her son says she looked like a 12, and I keep forgetting she got a 24-year-old, but she got the 24-year-old. The party popping, everybody coming, everybody cute. The cousin there, he give her a little huggy hug. She talking about her name J Boogie when she meeting all the rappers and stuff that's going to be in the documentary. I was like, girl, stop. We see Heather, she there. She basically like, look, the best thing about Sundance is that you get to meet different people from different states, different cities. Like, you get to meet all types of men. I was like, okay, Heather. She was like, look, I'm always looking for sex, not love. And then they just sit there on it. She was like, you know what? That just sounds real vulgar. Go on and delete that. I said, girl, they did. They did. You said what you said, and it's okay. Like, it's okay. I don't like how women always feel like we can't just want sex or whatever, or we just can't be free and just go out here and just be single. Like, you don't always have to be in a relationship. You don't always have to be married. You don't always have to just do that, like what society wants you to do, or be normal and stuff like that. If you want to go out here and screw everybody, go ahead and screw everybody. Be free with your body. If that's what makes you feel good. If you want to date this person, date that person, date this person, but no commitment and stuff like that, be free to do that. Like, liberate yourself. Be out here, just do that. Don't feel like you have to be with somebody. Now, yeah, sometimes it get kind of lonely, that you want that person that you could just talk to all the time, be there for you, support you, and yada yada yada. But you can make that person. You could just make that person be that person that you talk to and just you cuddle with if you're cold, but you don't necessarily want to have sex with them, but you know, just cuddle with me. Sit here and watch movies with me. You can do that. So, Heather, it's okay. It's all right, girl. It is okay. You old. You done made your money. You done lived your life. Go out here and be the cougar that you want to be, girl. And she was like, you know what? You is telling the truth. Let me go out here and snag this man right here. Because that's what she did. Jen has somebody that she was single. So the man went over there, and Heather was over there flirting. She was just flirting. And then basically she was like, look, because he was like, I think she said something about drinks. He was like, well, you know, I'm on my New Year's resolution. I'm trying to stay sober. She was like, I take you sober, you know, drive, whatever, you know. He was like, oh, okay, well, let me pretend like I'm getting something out the truck. So she took that fine old black man and carried him out that door. She was like, all right, bye. I was cracking up. But I was like, girl, live your life. Like, you no longer Mormon. You are no longer under those stipulations that you had to be under being in the Mormon church and stuff like that. Go out there and be free. Live your life. And if you one day be like, you know what? I'm 80 years old. Let me find this mate or something like that. Let me settle down with this boo thing and let me do this thing the right way. That's what you do, and then y'all die together. You know, hey, do that. But until then, Heather, live your life, girl. I loved it. And then Whitney was like, you saw Heather Lee with that guy? She went over there to Jen, and Jen was like, yeah. Whitney was like, you threw a good party, mission accomplished. I was like, see, that is good, because the cousin on her side, like, she need to get laid. Go on and get it. Go. So I like that. What was it? The day of the show, child. The day of the fashion show. It's a hot mess. Brooks is like, can I call mommy? Can you call her and tell him to be 15 minutes? She like, no, you is grown. This is a business. You professional. If you gonna be late, you need to call her yourself, not your mama calling you. He just sitting in the bed. She said he real anxious and stuff like that. He trying to pack and get ready to go. I said he should have did that the night before. Then the smoke detector go off, and I was trying to figure out, because he was like, was you cooking something? She was like, no. Was you cooking something? No. Was you cooking something? She said, I said no 5 times. I'm trying to figure out why, because the toilet was overrun. One of their toilets overflooded and was leaking all over the place, child. The smoke detector went off. I was like, what in the world? So maybe it was a sensor or something, but that thing went off. The dog shitted all over the goddamn floor. The dog barking. Brooke spazzing out. I was like, this is a hot mess. Of course, they was 45 minutes late to the venue. But it wasn't, it didn't start yet or anything like that. But he was still 45 minutes late. Whitney is there because I said she was going to walk on the show. So she's there for hair and makeup. Meredith meets her upstairs for hair and makeup. So they just kind of talking. And Meredith was telling her how Brooks is upset that Seth is not here. And then he came up trying to get hair and makeup. And then we saw them two, Seth and Meredith, talking on the side. And what's the husband name? Not Meredith and Seth. Meredith and Brooks. Seth is the damn husband. Seth has sent Brooks a message just basically motivating him and telling him that he got it and that you can do this or whatever like that. And we still see that Brooks is kind of sad and hurt that his dad is not there or whatever like that. So that was pretty much it for the episode. Like I said, it wasn't a whole lot. It was just basically them partying, having a good time, and Heather getting laid. So that was it, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode. If y'all liked it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, but you are watching this review, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.